On May 2, 2008, I started working at Abikatoglu Yapi MLZ, a company with workplace number 1052456 that I knew belonged to Kuma Polat, a well-known businessman in Kayseri. On October 13, 2010, Kuma Polat used methods of qualified fraud to falsely transfer the shares of Mayapet Fuel and Karakuma Fuel, owned by his sons Mehmet Ali Polat and Salim Serkan Polat, to my name by fraudulent means. Using a power of attorney, they continued to manage the companies themselves. In other words, according to the document forgery committed by the gang, I was working with a minimum wage of 576 Turkish liras under their employment. 2 years later, I paid a total of 500,000 Turkish liras, 250,000 Turkish liras each, and became the owner of 2 companies established at their fuel station, of which they owned the property. I rented the property from them. Later, they obtained a power of attorney from a notary and took back control of the companies by leaving all representation rights to themselves. This situation is undoubtedly a violation of the ordinary course of life. On October 16, 2010, Energy Market Regulatory Authority officials, affiliated with the Kayseri Provincial Gendarmerie Command, carried out an inspection at the fuel station under my name, and I became aware of the situation. While working at the nearby factory, I was called on the phone. I spoke with Erhan Aike, the person in charge of the Energy Market Regulatory Authority, who told me that I was selling smuggled fuel. In response, I told him that I was not aware of this and asked him if I looked like the owner of this million-dollar business by showing him my work clothes. In response, the authority figure said to me, "We know that you are not the real owner of the business, but all the documents are in your name. That's why we have to do all the proceedings in your name. You will receive a fine of 60,000 liras and a prison sentence of 3 years. But if you help us, we can bring down this network. You won't receive any punishment." I also didn't have many options, so I accepted. After this incident, I was given a room at the back of the gas station, inside the station, under the orders of the organization leader, Kuma Polat. I spent my life in this room for 4 years under inhumane conditions. I was limited to 1 or 2 meals a day, usually soup, and a pack of cigarettes, confined in a room in a gas station far from the city center. I was held there in case the authorities conducted an operation, and they wanted me to confess that I committed the crimes the network committed. In case of any different statements, the law enforcement or prosecutor would destroy that statement and inform the leaders of the network about the situation. As the application progresses, it will be seen that my criminal complaint on this matter will be dismissed by the prosecutor's office under the principle of not tarnishing individuals' names with a legal reason, stating that there is no place for an investigation. On December 22, 2010, the Kayseri Public Prosecutor's Office issued an indictment in which it alleged that on October 16, 2010, the suspect Ali Burak Saban sold fuel under the name of Karakuma Petrol at the 22nd kilometer of the Kayseri-Sivas highway. It was determined during the inspection carried out by the Energy Market Regulatory Authority officials at the station run by the suspect that 1695 liters of motor fuel did not contain sufficient national markers and had been smuggled into the country through illegal means. Accordingly, the prosecutor's office accused me of selling, possessing, and committing the crime of offering smuggled fuel for sale. This allegation was brought before the Kayseri 4th Criminal Court of First Instance under case number 2011-45.